Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The presentation is about to begin. Honorable Miss Justine Gan Jiaqing, guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First of all, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you present here today. In this session, we will be discuss an important topic that affect many aspects of our society and environment. Food waste in Malaysia, especially during festival season. Before we begin, allow me to introduce the panelists. This is panelist one.
Hi, I'm first panelist. My name is Muhammad Azwan bin Kamar and my metric number is J24B0847.
Hmm. Panelist two.
Hi, I am second panelist. My name is Nisrina Nabiha. My message number is J2481052.
And panelist three.
I am the last panelist. My name is Siti Nurul Hidayah. My number message J24A1009.
Then I'm speaking at this session. My name is Justin Gajashi. My metric number is J24A 0879. So good morning, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for a crucial discussion. As we know, food waste has become significant issue worldwide, and Malaysia is not exception, especially during the festival season such as Chinese New Year, Hari Raya, and Deepavali. During this time, large amount of food are prepared to celebrate with family and friends, but sadly, much, much is thrown away. This has profound environmental implications as food waste contribute to pollute, chemical change, and social ramification. The idea of food waste occurring while so many people in Malaysia go hungry is matter we must address. Now, to discuss this issue, I want to start with our first panelist and expert in environmental science. Could you elaborate the environmental impact of food waste, particularly during festival season, and what could be done to minimize this problem?
Thank you, moderator, for setting the tone for our discussion today. Food is indeed a global issue, but is it urgent in Malaysia, especially during festival season? We prepare more food than we could possibly consume, leaving much uneaten. The environmental impact of this is staggering. Food production consumes precious resources like water, land, and energy. When food is waste, all those resources are waste too. Moreover, when food decomposes in landfill without oxygen, is it produces methane, which is far more harmful to the environment than carbon dioxide. For example, during Chinese New Year, families often prepare fast with far more food than they need. The leftovers are discarded, even though it would be much better if they were proposed or donated. The Food and Agriculture Organization (FAO) has estimated that about one third of global food is waste. In Malaysia, particularly during festival period, food waste skyrocket. One solution is to be more mindful in food preparation, cooking only what is necessary and finding creative ways to reuse or store leftovers.
Thank you, panelist one, for that explanation. You have mentioned the environmental consequence of food waste, and I agree that there is a serious issue. But before we move on, I want to ask you: do you think that Malaysia are aware of this environmental impact enough? Are people aware of the solution that are being waste, or is there an education gap?
That's a good question, moderator. Honestly, there's a gap in awareness. Many people don't fully realize the scale of resources involved in food production and how much waste is created when food is discarded. I believe that if we can raise awareness through campaigns, school programs, and public service announcements, we could start to shift people's behavior toward more sustainable practice during festival season. Small changes such as planning meal better and reducing overproduction can have a big impact.
Completely agree with you, panelist one. And it is a great that you mentioned education. Now, turning into panelist two, an expert in social and authentic issue. I want to ask, while the environment impact is significant, it also crucial to consider the social consequence. How do you see food waste affecting community in Malaysia, especially those who are already struggling with hunger and food insecurity?
Thank you, moderator, for making such an important point. Food waste is not only an environmental problem but also a social issue. As panelists one point out, when food goes to landfill and release methane, it harms the planet. But when food is thrown away, it also represents a missed opportunity to help those who need it most. During festive season, when large amounts of food are made and shared in abundance, many people in Malaysia struggle to afford basic necessities. This is where the ethical dilemma comes in. We can't ignore the disparity between what is thrown away and what could have been given to those in need. For example, during Hari Raya, families prepare huge feasts but much of the food ends up in the trash. Meanwhile, many low-income communities face hunger and are unable to afford sufficient nutrients. According to the Ministry of Agriculture, the food wastage rate during these festive times is alarming. A possible solution could involve collaborating with community organizations and the government to promote food donation. If people made an effort to donate supplies food to food bank, we could simultaneously reduce waste and nourish struggling people.
Absolutely see your point, panelist two. And it is heartbreak when you think about wastefulness in contract with hunger many people face. You you suggest food donate as a solution, which is excellent. But I want to ask, what could be practical step to make food donation more effective, and who should be responsibility for fac- facilitating this process? Locate committee, business or government.
That's a very relevant question, moderator. In my opinion, it should be a shared responsibility. Local communities can organize food collection points, especially during festive period, and collaborate with NGOs to distribute food to needy people. The government can play a role by facilitating partnership between local authorities and food banks. Business should contribute by donating food instead of discarding it. It must create safe food handling and distribution system to make this process more effective. For example, we need proper infrastructure to ensure that donated food reaches people quickly and safely.
Okay, thank you, panelists two. Your suggestions are practical, and I believe collaboration will be key. Let's now turn to panelist three, our policy and public administration expert. You have been listened to the discussion, and I love your thought on this. What role should the government play in reducing food waste, especially during the festival season? Should some policy encourage food donate or other active incentive?
Thank you, moderator. The government must play a more active role in solving this issue. While food donations are an important solution, we also need foreign policies incentivizing food redistribution, especially from business. The government could create incentives like tax breaks for business that donate food, encouraging them to become more involved in reducing food waste. It is also vital that the government work with local authorities to set up food collection programs in urban areas where food waste is most concentrated. For example, in Italy, policies offer business tax reduction when they donate food to charities. If Malaysia adopts a similar policy, it would make a huge difference in reducing food waste while ensuring that food gets to those who need it most. Local authorities should have the resources and logistics to effectively manage these food donations.
So that's an interesting point, panelist three. And I think we're getting a clear picture on how different stakeholders that can be involved is tackling food waste. However, I was asking, how can environment ensure, how can the government ensure that business participate in food donation program, especially smaller business that might not have infrastructure to handle it? What can be done to make it easier for them?
That's an excellent question, moderator. One way to address this issue is by providing business, especially smaller ones, with the necessary support to facilitate food donations. The government could provide resources or subsidies for business to improve food storage and transportation for donations. Additionally, we could create partnerships between the private sector and NGOs to streamline the donation process. This would make it easier for large and small business to contribute to the cost without feeling burdened burdened by logistical challenges.
I completely agree, panelist. It's important to make food donation as easy and accessible as possible for smaller business. Government assistance in managing logistics and storage could be critical. That said, public awareness is just as important. By educating by educating the public on food donation, environmental and social benefits, we can create a culture where food waste is no longer acceptable.
Okay, thank you for those addition insight, panelist one and panelist three. Yeah, build a comprehensive understanding of various right at play here. Turning in panelist two, you have suggest some excellent ways to change attitude towards food waste. How can we ensure that this education intensive are impactful. What program or campaign could be rolled out to shift people mindset about food waste, especially during the festival period?
That's an important question, Malaysia. I believe that awareness campaign should target both individuals and families. School and university should incorporate lessons about sustainability into their curriculums. This should be complemented by media campaigns that use celebrities and social influencers to highlight the importance of reducing food waste. Social media could also be a great tool to spread message about food waste using relatable content and humor to get people attention.
Thank you. Thank you, panelists, too, for your thoughtful and insight contribution today. Though we have covered ground, a lot of ground discussion, the environment implication of food waste, and the social and ethical dimension of this issue. It is clear today discussion that food waste during the festival season in Malaysia is not just matter of estate but also one responsibility and opportunity. We have explored seven, several practical solutions from raising public awareness to promoting food donation and even for government policy that encourage business to reduce food waste. But as we also point out, tackling this problem requires contribution from multiple sector government, business, committee, and individual. It is about changing our mindset and behavior as society. I want to reflect on important taking action and how each small step can be contribute to much more significant impact. I really affect how whether cooking only what we need donating purpose food to those in need or encourage our local authorities business to take responsibility where challenge is simplified polite to imagine. As we warm up to the form, I would like to ask each of you one last time to share conversation recommendation or call action that you believe could be the most effective first step in addressing food during Malaysia festival season.
My recommendation is to focus on community education about mindful food consumption and portion control to reduce waste.
In my opinion, the government should incentivize food sharing platforms to donate excess food to those in need.
Lastly,
For me, For me, the most impactful first step would be to implement food waste reduction programs within schools and workplaces. By integrating this topic into school curricula and offering business incentives to reduce waste, we can build a more sustainable mindset yearly on. This will encourage individuals to think about food waste reduction as part of their everyday routine, not just during festivals.
okay, thank you for great idea that given to you all. Together, we can make the layer different. And let us look forward to reaction. Food waste is reduced and competition and terrible take care step. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.